Hello everyone. Today we are here with Irina Al Banese, Head of Innovation, Middle Eastern Africa, DHL Customer Solutions and Innovation. Hi Irina, how are you?
Hello, very nice to have you over here
First
today.
of all, thank you so much for inviting. Coming to the first question, what inspired DHL to establish a permanent Middle Eastern Africa Innovation Center in Dubai? And how does this location strategically support the region's growing logistic ecosystem?
Thank you for the question. Indeed, we are present with our innovation center here for 4 years. We opened our temporary mobile innovation center doors in 2018. And the idea initially was that we stay for 1 year, maybe 1.5, and then we move out. But it proved to be that we had such an amazing uptake. We had so many customers through our doors. In our first year of operation, we had more than 6,500 visitors. And remember, we are not open for public. It's really invitation only. It's through customer workshops, customer innovation discovery tours, industry events. And that was basically then a very simple decision for our board to say, Dubai seems to be a place to be in the region. Middle East importance is growing overall globally. And then we got the support to invest in the permanent building here.
Right. So the Innovation Center aims to foster collaboration with partners, customers, and innovators. How will DHL facilitate these cross-sector partnership, and what type of co-creation project do you envision emerging from this Innovation Center?
Let me give you our recent example of something that came out of our innovation center. We run yearly Fast Forward Challenge. This is the challenge where we invite our startups to participate. We come out to the world with a specific challenges we want to solve. And at the beginning of this year, we had Fast Forward Challenge together with Investopia. This time we held it in Abu Dhabi. And the company from China that with ambitious plans to be present in this region won the challenge. A company called Zelos. They run autonomous intralogistics trucks, so they're not the final taxi, right? They're logistics guys. In the meantime, they actually signed a deal with RTA. They're part of this acceleration of autonomous mobility in the region. So why this ecosystem and connections are important? So here in UAE, we do not yet have all the rules in place for autonomous mobility.
Right.
It's work in progress, but we hope to start pilots soon. But Singapore already announced the possibility to do it. So Zillow's trucks had a pilot with our supply chain in Singapore in the facility, successful pilot. We now deployed 2 trucks, run autonomously, doing it real time. We upgrade into more. We don't wait, right? And that's how this connection and ecosystem for us works. That we are not just the only place. We work with our 4 innovation centers, with all our operations. We truly operate as a global company. So I hope that is a good example of how comes from one region into another. Co-creation, that's part of your question, the co-creation with the customers. I want to highlight the topic that is really on our priority as well as DHL, life science, healthcare. The market is changing. It's a lot of direct to patient medical solutions now. We really see that our customers need a very different logistical need. And direct to patient therapies means smaller, cold packages directly last mile. So we need to innovate. We need to look at the new IoT solutions and new packaging solutions and really develop them together with pharmaceutical companies to meet their needs. And that's one of the topics that we are planning to invest our time, right?
Right.
Here.
So, compared to general shipment,
Mhm.
pharmaceutical products are handled differently. Like, what kind of solutions does the Innovation Center is catering?
So there are a few things, right? You had an experience to see IoT
Right.
island, right? Internet of Things. So first of all, there is legal requirements for tracking all the temperature exclusions, and we identify the right trackers for the right conditions, right environment, right countries as well, because we don't have the same network coverage across all countries in the Middle East and Africa continent. Another aspect is packaging, and actually a combination of IoT and packaging, making a smart packaging. Also, we work with different providers to identify the right technology, also work a lot with them to develop it further. So we are professionals in logistics. We are not professionals in just IoT or packaging, but our job is to source the technology, work with the supplier, be it a big provider, be it a startup, understand the need of the customer, and then merge those things together and develop them the
Like offer the
solution.
best possible logistics solutions. Right.
Exactly.
So AI, robotics, IoT, and data analytics are key focus areas of the center. Which of these technologies do you believe will have the most transformative impact on logistics in Middle East and Africa region over the next few years, and why?
I guess you'll expect me to say AI. All right, everybody expect to hear the AI as an answer. But look, I would not just say AI, right? First and foremost, what is changing logistics is that we are now able to get more data. Logistics was always data rich industry overall, right? But now with sensors, right, with IoT, we're getting more data, and with the help of AI, we can make sense of that data. Smarter routing, which means faster deliveries, which means less stopping of production lines, airplanes on the ground, right? Which also means more sustainable deliveries, right? So the most green mile is the mile that is not flown, that is not driven. And so with route optimization, be it in the air, be it on the ground, with the help of data and AI, right, we can drive that. Also, robotics doesn't live in isolation. It's also powered, right, by AI. And why we see that robotics are now actively entering logistics space. If you think about it, robotics were there for manufacturing and production lines for years, decades. But the robots were not nimble enough, were not smart enough, and were not cheap enough to make sense in logistics. Now, with all those development, right, with the help again, with the help of AI, with increased processing power, with bringing that processing power at the edge, right, at the robot, we're able now to deploy it in logistics operations. So, to your question, which one? It's actually not a single technology.
So
It's a combination of those technologies that makes a difference.
great. Sustainability is gaining importance across global supply chain. How will DHL Innovation Center showcase and accelerate the adoption of sustainable logistic technologies in the region?
So you heard John Pearson, our global CEO, express talking about investment in sustainable aviation fuels. Right. So that is for now the most reliable way to decarbonize our aviation. But do not know that it's not just about that, right? It's of course investment in a new fleet, because the new aircrafts are much more energy efficient, but also the way how we fly, and that's where AI and data analytics are coming in. So depending on the way how you take off, descend, load the cargo, right, and calculate the cargo load, we can decrease the usage of fuel as well. And this is the power of innovation that we bring in. And other topics like packaging, last mile deliveries, a new interesting business models as well, right? Innovation is not just about technology, it's also innovating in the new flows.
Yeah.
Right? Looking at a better way to serve final mile, right? Maybe it's not always a courier that has to deliver to each and every customer. Can we look for alternative solution? How can we deploy some robotics in that sense as well? So those are the topics where the innovation center and innovation teams join in on the sustainability.
Can you share examples of the forward-thinking solutions or prototypes that visitors will be able to experience at the new center? And how do these innovations address the unique challenges of Middle East and Africa market?
Well, I personally believe that what this region needs, right? This region needs a lot of visibility, and also we are hot region, right? There's a lot of, if you look at the whole Middle East and Africa, right? Africa continent, Sub-Saharan, North Africa, it's really a food basket of the world. So a lot of food production is happening there that is sourced globally. So I believe that further investments in IoT, as well as packaging solutions, not only individual packaging, but bigger, right, containerization packaging, are important to make sure that we not lose food. We actually produce enough food globally to feed the population, but a lot of it is lost in the supply chains. Right. Those solutions we will demonstrate here. You had an experience seeing some examples of the robotics island. We have collaborative robots that help with the pick. We're looking at automated loading, offloading, pallet building, sortation systems. So all those things that make the backbone of logistics run faster.
So, with logistics demands rapidly evolving, how will the Innovation Center support customers in future proofing their operations and navigating emerging trends across e commerce, last mile delivery, and cross border trade?
So, first and foremost, our job is to make sure that we help our customers to understand what is possible with supply chains. It's helping them to look at the trends, understand the trends, and then really understand what of those trends are important for their business, not in general for logistics, but for their business. So, for example, consumer trends are shaping a lot of the supply chain decisions for especially fashion, right, and e-commerce companies. Consumers becoming more conscious about environment. There is a demand for very quick fulfillment. Some consumers kind of want maybe not so quick but sustainable. So understanding those trends are important, and that we are also the teams to really help our customers to discover what is happening, and then jointly translate those trends into what it means for their supply chain. Right? We are sitting now, for example, one of the, which is not a showroom, it's our one of the 5 workshop rooms. So this is very flexible space, is designed to really sit together, use all the new also methodologies in design thinking, in the brainstorming, supply chain mapping, to really build up what is needed, and then we piece the technology to it when we need to solve very particular problem.
Right. So, like, there are multiple clients, customers
Yes.
you're catering to. Is there kind of deadline for each customers when they're you're serving them?
There is well, so first of all, we invite all the customers to join us, right? We usually start kind of on this journey of joint discovery. We usually start with our showroom innovation discovery tour to really understand what are the pain points. From there, we go into deeper discussions in our workshops. We identify what are specific problems we need to solve. We see if we need to bring new technologies for that. Sometimes we do a joint technology deployments and search for those technologies, and then it runs into POC, and then scaling up with other customers. We start with the workshops. Each individual journey of the customer is individual, right? There is no kind of cookie cutter approach. We're not an experience center that just gets thousands of people across. So deadline, well, no deadline, but there is always
It takes time,
in
right?
it takes time. The good projects do take time, but there's also examples of very fast deployment. Again, back to my favorite IoT topic, we all often enough have an example where the customer comes and they just didn't know that something very simple is possible that will help them to reduce the waste, help them to get more visibility, and then we go very quickly in the deploying those solutions.
So, looking ahead, what role do you expect a Middle Eastern and Africa Innovation Center to play in shaping DHL's long-term innovation agenda in the region? And what milestones are you targeting for the first year of operations?
So I think we have a big task together with supply chain to build a state-of-the-art facility just across the road. This definitely will keep our teams busy. Right in the beginning of the year, we are gathering a group of customers and partners looking at the topic of data center logistics. So UAE, right, is have very ambitious strategy also to build data centers to enable, right, all that AI power here. And I think logistics are not always yet there. So we jointly with our customers want to help that. So to me, those were kind of two very, very concrete topics and projects right from the start of New Year.
What kind of support and collaborative approach have you received from Dubai South that has helped shape the Innovation Center?
So like this beautiful plot right? The space to be and really support on every step of getting approvals, getting all the permits, getting the power, but first and foremost, giving us home. And as you can imagine, now all the properties in Dubai South with the announcement of the new airport is a hot topic. So having that space in a very connected point is very important for us. And we actually looking at, we already tried a few of the POCs with Dubai South on some autonomous vehicles. We want to drive those POCs together because it's the innovation means collaboration, right? We need authorities, we need providers, we need customers, logistics providers working together. So we, with Mr. Mohsen Ahmad, we are looking at few of the POCs together as well.
I think that is all.